Hey guys, what's up? It's Cyclone here, and today we're actually going to be taking a look at how to get elemental weapon mods in Warframe. Now this is going to be a video dedicated to the rifle weapon mods. First off, I'm going to explain pretty much what these weapon mods do. So we have the four mods. We have Hellfire, we have Stormbringer, we have Infected Clip, and we have Cryo Rounds. Okay, so first off, we're going to look at Hellfire. Hellfire basically just adds fire damage to your weapon. So 15% extra heat damage. This will go up to 90% at max. So 90% more damage is going to be fire damage. Alright. Same for Stormbringer, except it's for electric damage. Same for Cryo Rounds, except it is cold damage. So ice damage. And then Infected Clip is poison damage. Now, different factions are weak to different elementals. For example, the Infested is weak to fire. The Corpus, their shields, are weak to ice. What else? I don't know. Maybe some of the Grineer are weak to poison. But there's also like hidden little elemental things in the game, and I'm going to pretty much be explaining this. Now, whenever you're playing the Void, in the last video we played on a map called the Void, or a tileset known as the Void. And basically, I was doing really bad damage. But we got this mod called Infected Clip, and I explained that this was a very good mod to have. The reason for this being, its base is toxin damage, so it's poison damage. I like to call it poison damage, I don't know why. But, if we have Infected Clip on there, and then we put Cryo Rounds beside it, we're going to get this thing called viral damage. Now, if you look at my gun right now and look at its stats, you see the viral damage is 5.4. So, combining these two elements together is going to give me viral damage. Now, if I were to combine Infected Clip and Hellfire together, we would get gas damage. If I were to combine Infected Clip and Stormbringer together, I would get corrosive damage. And basically, if you're going to be going into the Void, you want to be building like this. You want to have Stormbringer and Infected Clip together, because that's going to give you corrosive damage. And most of the enemies in the Void have armor. Armor is the yellow bar right beside it. And if you add a Serration to that, it actually gives you more damage towards your element. So right now I deal 10.8 corrosive damage. And that's basically going to be like my sort of loadout for the Void. Of course, you could add Hellfire in there to do more damage against the lighter units. So the Lancers, etc. But this here one is for the heavy gunners. This build is kind of just for versatility, but like throughout the whole faction. But if you want to, I don't know, we can't really get into doing more damage versus the heavier units yet, because we haven't got all those mods yet, but you will get them eventually, and I'll explain that later on. But yeah, Stormbringer and Infected Clip gives you corrosive damage. What I'm going to be showing you guys today is basically the basis for modding out for each faction. So our config A is going to be versus the faction known as the Grineer. So they're the ones that you fight in Mercury, like the green guys. And basically what we're going to be doing, you can either build into corrosive damage, so put electric and Infected Clip together, or you can build for radiation damage. And I suggest going in for radiation damage, simply because it does more damage versus those bombards. It's actually very good because whenever it procs, it makes the enemies fight each other. And then on top of that, you could put an Infected Clip on for more damage against, I don't know, say the lighter units, or Cryo Rounds on. It just, it's really down to personal preference which one you prefer, but I prefer going full out radiation up. So if we had to bring up, if you go on to Google and type in damage 2.0, it brings up a chart of the damage types. So if we look at Grineer, our radiation damage does plus 75% damage to alloy. And alloyed armored units is the bombards. And if we take a look at cold electricity, or we'll go cold and toxin. Toxin does 25% more damage to ferrite units, but it does minus 25% more damage, or less damage, to machinery. So the best bet here is to go with radiation and Cryo Rounds. So that is going to be giving us a total of 100% more damage versus the bombards. So this is going to be your Grineer build. You obviously can rank some of these up. I would suggest ranking the Serration up 2 more levels if you're just going to be sticking with this normal Bratton. rank the Suration up to rank whatever it is right now. It'll be giving you, it'll take 12 mod capacity, so rank it up to that. And just, you know, you can put some ranks in these mods, but then, you know, you'd have to fit it into the build. So rank this Suration up till it takes 12 mod points, and then just keep these at the base, and then we'll go on to getting better weapons later on. But this is going to be the basis for it. So that is basically our Grineer build, a very basic Grineer build right there. Config B is going to be for the Corpus. So if you go on that damage 2.0 table, there's going to be a little tab for the Corpus. You want to click that there. And it says that magnetic damage does more damage against shields and proto shields. That's 75% more damage. So we're going to want to put on our Suration, and then we're going to put on Cryo Rounds and Stormbringer. And this is a very basic build, so that's going to give us magnetic damage. And then we're going to put on Infected Clip. And the reason we put Infected Clip on is it does more damage versus fleshy units, and it goes through the enemy's shield. So while they still have shields, you're already dealing damage to their health. So this Cryo Rounds and Stormbringer is going to deal more damage to their shields and get it down faster. But while Infected Clip's up there, it's going to be dealing more damage to their health. So even if they do have a shield, this is still going to be damaging their health. So that's why you use Infected Clip instead of, I don't know, say, there's not really much there. So yeah, just use Infected Clip. This is going to be the Corpus build. And then our Config C can either be the Infested, or it can be the Void enemies. It depends which one you really want to do, but it's very basic. If you want to be doing more damage to the lighter units of the Infested, you want to be putting your Suration on. As always, always keep your Suration on here. If you want to be dealing more damage to the lighter units, so say, I think they're called Chargers, I think. You just want to build for gas damage. So if we go find our Infected Clip, there it is. That's going to give us gas damage. And then you could put on Cold against the Sinew. It's not really that good of a build, so I wouldn't really recommend building for gas. What I would do, if you want to, you know, deal a lot more damage, is actually build for Corrosive damage, and this is going to do more damage against the Ancients. And then you put on Fire damage, and then this will do damage versus the lighter units. So that's the Infested build. And then if we go to Corrupted, now this is where it gets kind of weird. You can go for Corrosive, which does 75% more damage to Ferrite and Fossil. Fossil is going to be the Infested units inside of the Void, and Ferrite is your heavy gunners. You can build Magnetic, where, you know, shields again, it's just going to take those down faster. You can build Radiation, which does more damage versus alloys, so the Bombards and the Robotics. But for now, saying that you're not going to be running you're going to be running T1 and T2 level Voids. So I would run, in this case, if you're just running T1 and T2, definitely be running the Corrosive damage. And then be running, let's see here, you can run Cold, and then that'll do more damage versus shields. So this is going to be T1, T2 Corrupted. And basically what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put up the mod on the screen, and then I'll be showing you where to get the mod and where it drops, etc, etc. So anyway guys, I'm going to just roll it. It's going to go in order from Fire, Poison, Electric, and then Cold. And I'll put timestamps in the description below if you guys want to, you know, just skip to which one you want to get. And that's pretty much going to be it. So anyway guys, I'll speak to you again at the end of the video. Alright, so to get the Hellfire mod, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to kill these guys. They're known as Grineer Rollers, or you can actually be killing the Shield Ospreys from the Corpus. Now to get these here, the Grineer Rollers mainly spawn on maps or like high level Grineer missions, so I'm guessing if you stay longer in Lairs or Apollodorus, they're more likely to spawn in there. But it will take a while. Venus, if you do some of the defense missions on here, you're bound to find a Shield Osprey. But it's not really the best way, just killing these enemies. So what I would do is, I would go to Venus and I would find a Dark Sector Defense or Dark Sector Survival. And, well no, it's not Dark Sector Survival. Completely disregard that I said this Dark Sector Survival. But in a Dark Sector Defense, you can get it at Wave 15 as a reward. So if you're not getting it from enemy drops, you can definitely get it from Dark Sector Defense rewards. So wave 15, so that's rotation B, and you could possibly get one at rotation C. Alright guys, so to get infected clip, all you have to do is, basically this one is like the easiest to get. All you have to do is kill the corrupted lancers, so these guys right here, they're seen in the void. You get infected clip, like tons of these guys, or just normal corpus screaming. I mean, it's as simple as, they're really easy mod to get. One of the best mods as well. Alright, to get Stormbringer, basically just go ahead and find and kill a load of ballistas, or ballistas. Ballista? I don't know. Ballista. Yeah, there you go. Ballista. I wasn't even reading the name. But you can kill Ballista, or you can go to Mercury and actually go wave 15 on layers, and you may also get it as reward. So that's how you get Stormbringer. So to get cryo rounds, you can pretty much just go ahead and kill a ton of shockwave moas. They can be found on playing some defense missions on Venus. So about the wave 10 mark, that's when these guys start to spawn. Or you can go ahead and go to Jupiter and play some defense missions there, and you'll get it as a mission reward. So like a wave 5 or 10 or something like that, there you'll get it as a reward. But that's pretty much it. So anyway guys, if you enjoyed this video, you see I'm actually on my proper account now. I've got my purple Nova with the Stalker sigil and the Thibodeau and all this cool stuff. But anyway guys, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more Warframe content from me, please hit that like button, and want to see more Warframe beginner's guides, please hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.